Dogecoin is still at 5 cents and did not crash all the way down to 0.001 like many of you in my comments said it would. So what does that mean for us as crypto investors? Should we double down? Should we throw 5, 10,000 more dollars into Dogecoin? I'm going to talk about that and more in this video, but first, some introductions. My name is Forrest. I invest in stuff, and you should too, quite frankly. If you're new here, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I keep it pretty real in these videos. My goal is to just, in layman terms, describe investments and help you reach financial freedom, whether it's in the stock market, investing in real estate, investing in cryptocurrencies, which are not equities, by the way. A lot of people confuse that, and a bunch of other stuff. While you're down there pushing stuff, go ahead and hit the like button and the notification bell. I highly appreciate it. Trying to get to 10,000 subscribers this year, and you could be the next one. Help a brother out. Anyways, enough of that. Let's jump into the video. Actually, I lied. One more thing. You can get 2 free stocks by signing up for Webull through my referral link, which is also down in the description below. If you're curious, I did move. If you've seen some of my other videos, I did move a ton of my money out of Robinhood into Webull and Fidelity and Thinkorswim. I've actually spread it out all over the place due to the stuff that Robinhood did earlier with GameStop. Do I necessarily think that they were manipulating the stock? That's still up in the air, but nonetheless, I'm not really comfortable having all of my money on a platform that is going to restrict one-sided trading, which will, for whatever motive, is going to affect the price. So I did move that money. Anyways, let's talk about Dogecoin again. So Dogecoin, as of the filming of this video, it is currently 4:35 p.m. on Friday, March 12th. Market was pretty crazy today. I actually spent all of today really honestly just looking at my GameStop shares. Those crept up. The current price of that is around what is it, 200, and I'm looking over at my computer. You can't see my computer screen right now. Current price of GameStop is $266, and the current price of Dogecoin is, this is me typing, current price of Dogecoin is 5.5 cents, right? So in my earlier video I was talking about Dogecoin. It was around a similar price actually. I have around 500,000 Dogecoin in my portfolio. I've since moved that out of Robinhood as well into just a private wallet. And I generally have a long-term bullish position on Dogecoin as an altcoin that I think people will pick up and will continue to gain steam over time. And really, I want to knock down and address some of the really, I think, just totally invalid criticism that, you know, logically checks out up front, but I think there's enough evidence and enough historical proof to show that these things really don't matter. And one is that is because it's only worth 5 cents, it doesn't have value, right? So one, the fact that it is worth 5 cents means that it actually does have a hard specific value. Dogecoin might be an inflationary currency. There are many other cryptos that are inflationary that have a ton of value. Ethereum is the number one thing I can think of. Ethereum currently trading between $1,500 to $1,700, maybe even $1,900 depending on the day, is another inflationary cryptocurrency. And people really don't bring that argument too much in the world of Ethereum. Ethereum is used and backed by a ton of technical applications, and it kind of has its use cases and all the, you know, people who are on the Ethereum hype train, smart contracts, stuff like that. But it is inflationary. Real world currencies, normal currencies, are inflationary as well, and nobody really loses their mind over the fact that if I give you $10,000 today, sure, it's going to be worth less in 3 years, but 10 grand is still 10 grand, and you would be happy if I gave you $10,000 right now. You would, right? Dogecoin is the same. Because it has a hard and specific value, it is volatile, but because it has a value, that means that one, that value can go up as interest of it improves over time, as it becomes more mainstream, etc. And also, that's really just shows naivety and understanding how things are priced and really what value means, right? The value of something is not necessarily related to its price, especially if, and I'm thinking of equities here. If you look at the value of a stock in a company like Tesla, for example, which is currently trading in the $600 range, it was up in like the $800, almost $900 earlier this year. Tesla could do like 2 or 3 more stock splits and drive the price down. They could literally make Tesla worth maybe $100 a share. If they wanted to, they could do a ton of splits and make Tesla worth $20 a share just by literally splitting up the stock. Tesla wouldn't be worth any less there would just be more shares that are worth less individually. The value of the company, the value of the underlying asset in total is still the same. And that applies to Dogecoin and everything else, right? So if Dogecoin was trading at a value of $0, then we could say that it literally has no value. But because there is a large market for it, a pretty decent amount of volume on a daily basis, and it has a hard value of 5 cents, we know for a fact that Dogecoin does in fact have value. So if you're someone out there saying, well, it's only worth 5 cents, it doesn't really have value, you really just don't understand, the fundamental meaning of that word. 2, it'll never get adopted. So I think it already is reaching mainstream adoption to a little bit, and I think in the next few years we'll see more and more people adopt it. I think what's really interesting about Dogecoin and sets it apart from other cryptocurrencies in terms of long-term, let's just say price increase related to mainstream adoption, is that it's not serious, right? People who are into Dogecoin aren't trying to replace, conventional banking like Bitcoin is and revolutionize all of that. Ethereum is really big in smart contracts and all these other use cases. People adopt Dogecoin because they like it, and I think the fact that it's just a simple thing that's fun to use and it has value is going to increase the mainstream adoption. You don't have to have some political opinion or some ideology to use Dogecoin. You just have it because you like Shiba Inus and it's a cute meme and it's worth something. Like, you can buy stuff with Dogecoin, and we're seeing more and more entities accept Doge as a type of currency. It's only going to increase over time, right? And I definitely think that is going to outpace any inflation that we see in Dogecoin. The other side of this too is we're seeing people like Elon Musk and others popularize it and continue to popularize it. There are a few, it has the same issues that other cryptos have, where you have people who own large amounts of it, and people worry about, what happens if these whales suddenly flood the market. That's a problem with every crypto, by the way. Like, every single crypto has some huge whales who have millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of that specific asset just sitting in their wallet, and there's nothing we can do about it. We'll never actually know how much crypto is in circulation or could be in circulation at any given time due to the anonymous nature of it, and that's just kind of something that we all agree on. So kind of using that as a premise doesn't really make sense as a blocker to mainstream adoption, because it's something that every crypto actually faces. Going back to the power of memes, though, I think that we've seen, certainly in 2020 and in 2021, the value of social capital, right? And people's willingness to get behind things regardless of how serious or not they are, right? In the United States of America, we elected recently a person whose claim to fame was being on a show where he would fire people, right? We elected that person to lead the country. And tons of other just dumb, stupid things. People really, honestly, for better or for worse, don't care about how serious or not something is. And I'd almost say that, again, because it's less serious, people who like to be in the middle, people who don't want to have a strong opinion, or people who don't want to play those games are more likely to support those things, right? So if you have someone who's like, you've got to use Bitcoin, it's going to revolutionize banking, we can get rid of, the system and yada yada, and there's someone who's just like, yo dog, I really don't care about any of that shit, but that coin's like mascot is a dog, I'm going to adopt that. They're going to adopt that coin, you know what I'm saying? Like, that makes more sense for that person, and we see it all the time. We see it like all the time. Just go on the internet, look at the conversations that happen on the internet. People are not that serious. Like, most people are just trying to have a good time, make some money, chill out, and like that's what Dogecoin is. What was my third point? Dogecoin is as an investment. So what are my thoughts on it as an investment? And this will be the last point in this video. I think that it should make up a part of everybody's portfolio. I think we've seen it stabilized over time. And while I certainly don't think that price is ever a reason to get into something, money does have a nominal value. And so if you throw $1,000 into Dogecoin right now, you can get a large amount of Doge. And there's no reason in my eyes why Dogecoin couldn't in the near future hit a value of, hit a price of $1 per coin. If you own a couple thousand, then you've made a couple $1,000. You've got an ROI of a couple, 100,000%, whatever it is. I own a ton of them. It's just sitting there. It fluctuates heavily based off of the daily price changes, but it's just a small portion of my portfolio, and I'm totally okay with that. If Dogecoin ever hits $1 in my portfolio, I literally will have at least $500,000 in Doge, and I'll be the final person laughing, right? And people will be like, Forrest, you're crazy. Why did you accumulate that much? And I'm like, it literally was just a small portion of my portfolio. Now it's a big portion of my portfolio because it's $500,000, but that's just the way that it is. If you wait until it gets hyped up and it's at 50 cents, 60 cents, 70 cents, gets to $1, and then you FOMO in, it's too late. You really missed the train. The same people with Bitcoin, right? Like, I missed that train. I should have been in Bitcoin back when everybody was scrutinizing it, back when it was $600-700 a coin, back when it was $7,000-8,000 a coin. If I would have all in on that, I'd be a multi-millionaire by now. So I'm not saying that Dogecoin is necessarily going to make you a millionaire. My point is that on any investment, you gotta be in. If you look at any chart, right, think about when you want to enter that chart. Do you want to enter here when it's nearing its peak, or do you want to be one of those people who was in earlier? That's the way that you really make a ton of money in the investing trading world, is making big bets on top of doing the long-term kind of safe 8% year-over-year investing that is, you know, really low risk and smart to do. But if you want to make a ton of money, then these are the type of bets that I make and that everybody should make. Again, though, this is just my opinion. I'm not a genius. I'm just a guy sitting here on your computer screen. Definitely don't trust me. Do your own research. But if you do like me, please subscribe to my channel again. Anyways, that is it for this channel. One more time, my name is Forrest. I invest in stuff. Check out my other videos. I highly appreciate it. Share this if you can with 2 other people. Tell them about your boy. I highly appreciate it. I do want to get to 10,000 subscribers this year and grow my channel in general. I'm super passionate about this stuff. Got a lot of ideas. I'm going to start a mindset series, which I might film today, but I actually got to go break dance after this because I'm also a dancer. But yeah, that's the end of my rambling. Thanks for stopping by, and peace.